whatever you try to possess possesses you, isn't it? Whatever you try to hold on to is holding you in a prison. So if you want the divine more than that object, I keep telling you even in previous classes that whenever something you really want, remind yourself you want the mother more. Because deep down that is a truth. We always want the mother more in one part of us at least. Maybe not in the vital or the mental. But the whole thing is to get that central aspiration of the psychic being to be the ruler. Right now our psychic being can't do much because we are living in our vital, most of us, very few of us even in the mental. Most of us are being pulled by our emotions. So even though something so powerful and beautiful is inside us, unless we transform our vital and the mental to sort of twin with the aspiration of our deepest, it doesn't have the power it could have in our life. This is the basis of divine life. I mean, it's so beautiful that if we start living in a way that we want actually in every moment the divine more than everything else that calls us, that's the beginning of a divine life. And you know, if you look at it very superficially, you feel that's not possible for a human being. How can I want the divine more? For many people, it's like I'll do everything else in life, then if I have time, I'll sit and call to the divine. But that's why we all suffer, no? So beautifully Kabir Doha, दुख में सुमिरन सभी करे, सुख में करे न कोई, सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होए. We wait till we are brought to our knees, then we call to the divine, and the divine, being compassion, even then answers. But if we didn't wait for that to happen, even during enjoyment, to remind myself, yes, I'm enjoying this, but I'm not going to get attached to it because it won't be there tomorrow, it won't be there week after, it won't be there month after. What's really going to be with me is the mother. What's really going to be with me is the God self. And then you'll say, big deal if she's there also with me, but how does that make a difference to my life? I'm playing the devil's advocate. I don't really feel this at all. But that's the way we think, no? That big deal, even if she's with me, how does it make a difference to my life? I can't sense her or feel her. Whereas if I get the company of that girl I like or that friend I like, it's concrete. It's something I have tangibly. So it makes rational sense to me to desire that more. But the point is that if you start living this, or you glimpse this even for a moment, that all of you really wants the mother, you get filled with so much joy and freedom and lightness that you'll find it stupid to say that, so what if she's with me? If you're saying that, she's not really with you. Because if she's with you, you cannot say so what, because it changes the whole game. After that, you're never lonely. After that, you're never dependent on anyone because she's just there to fulfill everything in your life. You're never short of company because you love being alone, because then you're in her company. In fact, you start looking forward to time when there are no people and you're just alone with her, because the fulfillment you feel then, nobody's company can give you. It's something really worth working towards, because once you have that, you're free of the world. Mother says that the world will hold you so long as you're given to it. Because if you're invested in the world, like Amay's story, like all of us, he was invested in a car which had everything in place. And so long he was attached to the idea of that, losing that made him unhappy. Like that, everything we are attached to at some point has the power to make us unhappy. So much nicer if we get attached to something else, which has the power to only make us happy. The more attached you are to that, you can't be unhappy, because it will only give you more and more joy and freedom. And once you have that, if something else doesn't give you what you expect, you're not really disappointed because you're not that heavily invested in it in the first place. Something can hurt you if you invest yourself into it. But if a large chunk of your investment is in the divine, and whatever your concept of the divine is, whether it's truth, peace, the mother's face, love, light, your higher self, the more you're invested in it, the more it safeguards you against the wounds life gives you. So Rumi says it so beautifully. People fancy that they are enjoying themselves, but they are really plucking out their wings for the sake of an illusion. You think you're enjoying yourself and getting attached to this and that, but you're plucking out the wings, the spiritual wings you have for the sake of an illusion. Everything you get attached to in that sense is an illusion because it's not going to last. I keep repeating Mother's words, and I'm very sorry for the young ones here, but you'll see the truth of it through life. She says that no human being is ever going to be there for you. Every human being will let you down. Only the divine is for you if you are for the divine. So don't be too value human beings, love them, enjoy them, but don't expect them to be your be all and end all. They can't, and they will disappoint you if you place that heavy demand on them.